Hello, YouTube.
This outpost seems to be part of a trade route, so we should be able to find a Marraketh caravan. They are an honorable people, and I have no doubt they will assist us. The Marraketh have a cultural history deeper than most know. Theirs is a strict tradition, bordering on brutal. But it is that adherence to shared beliefs that has kept them strong when entire empires have come and gone around them.
Welcome back.
Go.
This is the continuing tale of enlightenment.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metalwares, and coin are all accepted.
Major credit cards? No?
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment. Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Oh dear.
Worth is measured by actions. I must prove myself.
Sounds like a job for Super Monk. So I was going to take the opportunity in Act 2 to change my spec closer to what is likely to be the end spec. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because I'm too little. And I need to be, I believe I need to be level 22 in order to get the things that I need to get in order to do the things I want to do. So, unfortunately, I can't. So that was my daily reminder to remind you, please would you consider liking, sharing, subscribing and doing all that wonderful stuff. Thank you ever so much. So this has been, or rather this will be, around about half of Act 2. So this is likely to go, where shall we end? Probably around the Mastodon, the bone pits and all that kind of stuff. We'll probably break there, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll do the second half of Act 2, which will take us through to the caravan and Jamanra. And then the following day, with a bit of luck, we'll go through the level that takes us to the jungle, and we'll go up to the ziggurat, and we'll do the jungles and all that kind of thing. And we'll do all of that. So my hope was to basically produce 4 or 5 videos that would take a brand new character from 0 right the way through to endgame. Or at least the beginning of maps. And then spend another week going through endgame, and depending on how this ends up, getting all the way through to doing pinnacle bosses. And that was the idea. Week 1, leveling. Week 2, early endgame, mid endgame, and pinnacles. So as you can see, I'm using cold at the moment, which seems to work quite well on most of these mobs. They are freezing quite well. One thing I have noticed, I am very squishy. Very, very squishy indeed. I'd say my squishiness factor is up there at about 85, 86. And you'll be able to tell this is a very heavily edited video. And it's basically a highlight video. I did 6 hours yesterday and I've managed to edit it down to about an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes. But all of the bosses are there. All of the mini bosses are there, and all of the story beats are there, and all of the NPCs' dialogue is there. So if you want to check the story from start to finish, you'll be able to do so with relative ease because I've left all of the NPC dialogue, and the way that I've edited these videos is to highlight the narrative progression.
Your end comes.
Is one of my least favorite bosses coming up. Even in endgame, it's horrible. This guy, endgame, is absolutely awful. Not because of him per se. It's because, and you can't see them, you can't do anything about it, you can't touch them. All of his mates are all on the ledge around above you, all shooting you with arrows and throwing bloody spears at you, and you can't do anything about it. You know, and then if you give him too much of a beating too soon, they do this, they mob anger. They just come in, they mob you. So it can be quite tricky. And now they come down, see? These are all the ones that was chucking spears at you. So
this prove my worth? I should
Indeed.
return to the caravan.
And they're everywhere. Absolutely bloody everywhere. Go away.
You defeated the raiders?
What's so
Fate
surprising
sends
about
us a
that?
fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Agara. You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
So in the next one I'll do my first trial as well, so you'll be able to see that. And I'll get my ascendancy
The
going.
beast is on the move, twisting the desert as it goes, waking ancient dead and unknown horrors alike. The Countess brought it here as part of some nefarious plan. I assume she has allies here. We must track them down and convince them to give up this madness. Those creatures are too coherent and intelligent to be manifestations of corruption. I suspect that they are the descendants of divine tampering. There was a being I once knew in the ancient days, a trickster, who would have appreciated someone to laugh at his ill-conceived humor. What more perfect audience for a sickening jester than a pack of gibbering hyenas? Time is short. Make haste.
Who goes there? By the sound of your voice, you cannot be Marraketh. You may trade with me, for trade is the lifeblood of survival in the desert, but expect no kindness. Zarka holds all the wisdom and knowledge of the Adura, and the stories of many other Akaras as well. Our traditions help us survive as these lands turn to dust over generations, and in many ways, that lush beauty still exists for us through her words. Especially now the gods have returned to Wraeclast. We know that our beliefs have power. Perhaps we can bring back those verdant forests and gleaming rivers, if only we have enough faith in a leader strong enough to make it real. Does the scorpion sting carry less poison at night? In the hopes of taking on fighting duty again, I am still practicing the art of the sword. Red-eyed Nassima, she of the second sight, proved that there is more to combat than mere vision. However, there is still honor in serving the role of tradesmith and weapon master. I served as a Dekara for as long as I was able, and I intend to fulfill this duty with just as much dedication.
Good for you.
Hello!
Hello.
She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an eternal legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent.
I am Asala, the Sekima of the Ardura. I care not where you came from, nor what caste you might have been there. All that matters is that you have shown yourself capable in battle, Jingak. Remain a friend to the Ardura, and you shall have nothing but respect from us. So, the beast has entered the world once more. We were following a trail of corruption before we were waylaid, and now we shall resume the hunt. We Marraketh are honored bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. The trail connects to 2 locations, but we don't know where the beast currently resides. I am willing to begin wherever you and your shade thinks is wisest. Corruption has returned to the Vestiri. Before this season, the Hyanic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan. The dead have begun to rise again, and other creatures of the desert have started changing. By Zarka's accounts, the land is returning to the way it was before. These are ill times. After the Beast of Highgate was slain, all other Akaras vowed to pursue and eradicate corruption should it ever return. Never again will a sole Akara suffer the weight of history. This Oriana would find no allies among our Akaras. We are no strangers to the eternal war against corruption. If she has allies in this region, they cannot be of the Marqueth. Foreigners often misunderstand the concept of the Sekima. I am no dictator, and do not make some pathetic claim of divine right. Emperors are for nations filled with the weak-minded and soft, as history has proven every time an empire falls and we endure. I am Sekima, because others have put their faith in me as the strongest and most capable among us. I lead because there is no better replacement. It is a role I deserve, by definition.
And yet, strong and capable
Move swiftly.
leader. Oh, great, strong and capable leader
Slavery will not be necessary when the dreamer awakes.
was incapable of killing a hyena. And you had to rely on a Jingak to come and pull your fat out of the fire. So much for strong and capable.
Greetings. Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, but from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is, what I tell myself, at least. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Wraeclast, but even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven. She reminds me of a rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness. Do whatever it takes.
This great wound in the land bodes ill.
Today's ASMR, if you can hear me slurping away in the background, is a dark roast coffee from Sainsbury's, I think. It's one of these Rainforest Alliance certified organic coffee dark
They do
roast.
not understand.
Our people have lived in the shadows of the dunes for too long. Countless generations have been forgotten, will be forgotten. We are not Faradin. We are Marraketh. And if we work together, if we unite, then they will be forced to acknowledge us. We must show them that casting us off is a mistake. We must show them our strength. Perhaps we can one day rebuild Keth itself. For all those who live in the plains of Vastiri.
Oh dear, look at that. I have noticed, having never played a melee character in Path of Exile or Path of Exile 2, this is my very first melee toon. It's weird. It's weird. And I don't know whether it's the way that hitboxes are calculated or exactly what the exactly how they do it, whether it's a to hit ratio or what they do. But it seems to me that from a melee perspective, you are...
They died clawing for escape. This place is a tomb.
You're less likely to hit with melee than you are with spells or with arrows. And I haven't done any extensive testing on that, of course. It's just having never played a melee tune before, and then playing a melee tune after recently just doing, what, 400 hours? Sorry, 500 hours of casters and hunters and bow classes. But it just feels like you're less likely to hit with a melee weapon than you are with a spell. Particularly an AoE spell. Or an orb.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
Oh, look, we found room.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
Insane? Perhaps that is true! Burn, oppressors! Deep breath! For the final doom!
So many misses. Miss.
Quickly, break them! Winds praise you. 1,000 praises, my friend. I thought I would die here. Please take me back to your caravan, and I will tell you anything you want to know.
At least there's one survivor of this madness.
Who will win the FA
Your
Cup
way.
in 2027?
They call themselves the Farad. A society cannot simply purge itself. No, they live. The Faradin are the shadow of the Marraketh. Always just out of sight. Always watching. They rescue those children and raise them up on the outside, looking in. An unspoken relief for the father and mother that must give up their child. But a gathering storm fated to one day return home with a fury. It takes courage to go against one's people. I once faced a similar decision. There were men and women like me who believed themselves to be exceptional. And they were correct. Terribly, horribly correct. I cursed myself to a permanent exile from my own peers by betraying them. I was unlike mortals, but hated by immortals. I was alone. I would do it all again. And I still might. Time is short. Make haste.
Speak up. This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's tale woman before me, and as told to her by the tale woman before her. These words have remained. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship in the darkest day. The creatures, but then the Marraketh we have protected. Do
I
not
hear
wonder.
you. This defector, Risu, will never be accepted by the Adura. You may trust her, and she may provide information about the enemy's intentions, but remember, she is a traitor to her people. We deal with our own traitors using excessive means. She is not one of us, so publicly I will decry them as loudly as anyone else. Privately, I understand. I do not condone their actions, but I have suffered some small portion of what they must feel their entire lives. To be honest, I expected them to turn on us eventually.
This Balbalak will live or die based on her usefulness in pursuit of the beast. Ask her what questions you will, then we Ardura will decide her fate. If her information proves to be truthful, then she will live. If she is a deceiver sent to misdirect us, she will be left to die in the open desert once again. You have your orders.
I know what Jaman Ra intends. Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraketh's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness to seek any trace of ancient flesh from those of renown or power in life. He intends to feed their bodies to the horrific creature he keeps in a cage behind his throne. They call it the Beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares. The Halani gates are closed. Then Jaman Ra must have succeeded in capturing them. He planned to close the gates to prevent the Maraketh from interrupting his harvest. A siege from the front would be impossible now. But there is another way. An ancient passage lost to time. It was used by the traitor Balbala. I can show you where it is, if you will use it to stop Jaman Ra before it is too late.
Good lord.
The sight of that thing chilled my soul. Those of us who objected to its presence were forced to work, mining and finishing the dreadnought. By the time we were done, madness was already rife, and we were sealed in the mine to die for supposedly betraying our people. This Oriana, the one you called a countess, Jaman Ra has declared her our queen. She first came to us from the south and seemed sympathetic to our cause. She promised us power, the power to take back our lives. She left for Azomite lands, vowing to return with something that would resurrect our greatest hero, Jaman Ra. With that hope dangled before us, the Faridun united for the first time since his death. We prepared, as she asked. We took the quarry. We began working on the dreadnought. I am ashamed to admit that I was a devout believer in the cause. Until the day she kept her promise. She did return. She did bring the power to resurrect Jaman Ra. She brought the beast. I must pursue what I feel to be right. Asala might yet decide to have me put to death, or abandon me to the doom of the desert. I know these risks, but I had to try anyway. If you had seen the darkness rising in the hearts of my brothers and sisters, you would understand. I am not betraying them. I'm trying to save them from themselves. The Maraketh have no idea how great we number. We are larger than any one Akara by far, and my brothers and sisters hold a great bitterness, even before corruption came among us. Everything we do, from our garb to our food, is made opposite to the Maraketh out of spite. I still feel some of that anger when I see them here, standing proud and colorful. Asala promises them a return to their glory days. But do they not have such glory now? I cannot say I view the Maraketh favorably, but there is no other power to which I can turn. Jaman Ra is going mad, and I know that the Maraketh will unite their scattered Akaras to confront him if the need is great enough. I believe that it is. What is that being? Does it travel with you? I would tell you not to trust a mysterious stranger in black, but that would make my own situation rather difficult. This corruption that plagues the land, I cannot bring myself to fully believe it's the reason for my people's sickening turn. I know that when the beast first came to us, when Jaman Ra was raised from death, he quickly became covetous and prone to fits of rage. Soon that fervor gleamed in the eyes of those around him. You say it's his corruption, but I have not seen anything in my brothers and sisters that was not already there. Corruption may exist, yes, but it does not fully control. It only excuses. The Faridun are warring against the Maraketh because they desire to do so. They have always wanted this conflict, They want to make those who abandoned us suffer. You need not trust me. You will see the truth of my information soon enough. I ask nothing of you, only that you do what you know is right. I am of the Faridun. We are the shadows of the Market, the unwanted and the forgotten. Some time ago, a foreign woman came to us and offered us the power to take back what was ours. We took her deal. We had no idea what it would cost us. When she finally brought us the beast, it was not the glorious power we'd been promised. It was horrifying. Those of us who did not want to make war, those of us who were afraid of the beast, Jaman Ra sealed us in the mine when his dreadnought was complete. This madness must end. Some may call me a traitor, but I do not seek the destruction of my brethren. I seek their salvation. Farewell.
So, the outcasts have raised their new king from the grave, and he seeks to violate Deshar, to feed our honored dead to the beast. Such a transgression. Those vile dogs! Our city of the dead lies beyond the Halani gates. Let us see if this defector's information is truthful. You have your orders. If you are traveling through Traitor's Passage, there is something I wish to ask of you. The traitor, Balbala. According to the tales, she is still sealed there, somewhere along the tunnel, as an undying djinn. She served her sentence long ago, but knowledge of the location was lost. It is long past time to release her. I will tell you her story if you wish, but I doubt it will mean much to a Jingat. My wares are renowned. I'll unburden you. Warm nights.
Okay, so release the blockage in the back passage. Got you. Sounds like a job for Super Monk. Jeet Kun Donut to the rescue.
What works of wonder. There are parchments all along these walls.
The traitor Balbala has been sentenced to 1,000 years of suffering as a djinn, bound in this place of her dishonor. Let no woman or man of Marikath blood enter her prison before her time is served.
Your end, come!
So 1,000 years. 1,000 years imprisoned. Either she was really, really, really bad, or she wrote a tweet the British government didn't like. I wonder which one it was. And yes, I know I don't usually do politics on this channel. But that lady from Animal Watch who got a visit from the police because she...
Something has been sealed away here.
Didn't like the fact that beagles were being tortured to death by animal vivisectionists. Was just the last straw for me. I'm sorry. Well, what do we do?
I prove myself. You're mine.
What are we doing?
Mists of tsunami. You are a worthy adversary.
A coin? Let us see what the Faradin have in store for me.
Hold them back while I open the gate!
Let the tide of war flow.
And it should come as absolutely no surprise to anybody then when you read the fact that,
We must open.
you know, in the UK it's 12,800 people on average per year are being prosecuted for thought and speech crimes. And everybody bangs on about Russia being this, oh my god, you know, we must hate Russia because Russia has got no free speech and no democracy and blah blah blah, right? But how many people in Russia suffer the same fate as our people for speaking out? 300. 300 a year in Russia, 12,800 in the UK. Sorry, which one's the police state? And when you have animal rights activists getting a visit from Plod for saying, oh, I don't think beagles should be tortured to death. I don't think it's right that beagles are being tortured to death. And you get a visit from Plod. Nah, that's fucking out of order, by the way. We are going down a very, 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 very stupid road.
noxious Septima.
Is this possible?
I shall throw you, Septima, and leave you to the sands! I tried to seek peace, and the Sekimas disgraced me. Rot in the sand. This time, we choose war. We shall finish this. Not today.
Make haste! We must not escape!
I have seen the face of the enemy, and it...
Quickly! He called us. We must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the caravan and entreat Zarka's wisdom.
The Countess has used corruption to resurrect Jamun-Ra, and they have escaped with the beast. Thankfully, we have some idea what the Faradin intend. We must reach Deshar as soon as possible. I was asleep during the era of Jamun-Ra. I cannot attest to the truth of Risu's tale, though I cannot say it is outside the realm of possibility. The Marraketh have strict traditions, erring on the side of brutal. You have no idea how much restraint it requires to listen to tales of people and places I knew, yet not correct her. She's close, I shall grant her that. Often startlingly so. In certain details or sequences of events, but the spirit of what happened thousands of years ago, the essence of that life, has been embellished. At other times, the stories convey only a pale shadow, and the true magnificence is lost. Or is it my memories that have drifted with time? I suppose we shall never know, because those days are gone, never to return. All that I once loved has been dust hundreds of years longer than you have even been alive. I am accustomed to others shivering and turning away when my gaze falls upon them. But I must confess, for once the feeling is reversed. Although she is blind, I sometimes have the strangest notion that she is looking at me, even at night. Do whatever it takes.
Jamun-Ra can control the sands? Oh, this was not an ability he had in life. It must be born of corruption. There is something in the tales that could help us overcome such a power. It was said that the horn of the Vastiri could control the winds. I believe the horn's location has been lost to time, but perhaps it is possible that we can reconstruct it. We would have to retrace the steps of our greatest heroine, Orbala, on her final adventure. Speak to Asala. She knows the tale and where it might take us. Let her know how you wish to begin. Or you may seek my wisdom if you have further questions. Ah, you released Balbala, the traitor? Then it is your duty to redeem her soul by allowing her to serve as a mentor djinn during your dance with the scorpion. In
Aye.
modern times, we give aspiring Decaras a straightforward test. For this task, however, the old ways are required. You will have to face a much deadlier trial.
Aye.
Speak to Asala. The original trial is not far from here, and the caravan is duty-bound to carry you there.
No one said anything about this when I agreed to rescue her.
Shaman-Ra? That's a tale I rarely tell. Every few generations, the Feridans stir up trouble. Shaman-Ra was their most successful attempt at causing problems. A very long time ago, he spread dangerous ideas among the outcasts and spoke to the Maraketh as if they were equals. His offenses were so great, the Sekhmers joined together to approach and rebuke him. The tale says that he was so in awe of the glory of our leaders, he ended his own life and chose to fall forgotten in the sands. It is a strange conclusion to his tale, I must admit. But this is what is told. If he has been somehow reanimated through corruption, he will have only one goal: harming us. Each young one is much like another. Feridun, Maraketh. What does it matter to an old woman? Others may scowl for letting Risu sit and listen to my stories, but none may order me silent. Nasima, yes, Nasima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Feridun found her and raised her. A Balbalik, one might think, but no. She became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Feridun captors. A true role model from the ancient days and a wonderful sleep tale for the children.
Yeah.
This is not the first time the sands themselves have been used against us. The necromancer of Weeping Black, Saresh, once waged war upon the Maraketh out of the nascent desert regions of that era. He commanded not only armies of the dead, but vast roiling storms as well. Hearing of this threat, Orbala set forth on a quest to master the elements. And in 3 places of power, she proved herself to the winds. Her reward came to be known as the Horn of the Vastiri. When she drew in a mighty breath and sounded the horn, it was so powerful. Every tent across the entire plains blew open. You can imagine what it did to the necromancer's sandstorms. Seizing their moment, the united Akaras stormed forth to savage the undead armies of Saresh. For this victory, Orbala was made the Sekhmer of Sekhmers. And after ruling with strength and cunning for many years, later became our Queen of the Wind, greatest goddess of the Maraketh. Her divine name was Garukan, which means ultimate sovereign. The tales, unfortunately, make no further mention of the horn after that.
Well, I'll have to get my own horn then.
Ah, the horn.
Yes.
How to condense. Her trusty war steed, the great
I shall
mastodon,
get the horn.
Ekbab, gave its tusks for the carving and the channeling of lightning. We will find them at the Valley of Titans. Yes. I have a very long official title. My role is that of a keeper of tales. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. I will tell your tale.
You released Balbara from her prison, and she fought well. Good. She may now earn her redemption if the ancient places still hold power. Her barrier contains her soul.
Yeah, you left
She
that
will
bit
tell
out.
you what to do next.
You know? When you got me to go and get
When
her.
I face his direction, there is a faint impression. Even the sun does not intrude upon my blindness, so this is a new sensation for me. What am I seeing from your strange companion? Risu has
got an
proven
aura.
herself, at least to me. She has spoken only the truth, and I believe she means well. In another life, we might have been fellow Dikara, or even friends. Long ago, when Keth was the shining jewel of the... She led a band of what was her reward? Not Welacath. The bandits put a spear through her gut in that very passage. A Jingak. It has... If you are traveling through Traitor's Passage, the traitor, I will tell you has...
Yeah.
So,
Must be quite
you
horrible. Getting a spear in the back passage.
Ah, yes. The Horn of the Vith. The Balbalak has her life, for she was truthful. If she also wishes to be accepted here, that will be up to her. For glory.
Oh God, can you imagine being married to that? Oh my God. I can just imagine it. Oh. If you wish to have a cup of tea, that is up
Aspirations
to
of
you.
an ancient civilization still resonate from this place.
Picking up a signature. You know what to do. You're mine! Another runestone.
Well done. Now, there's still more to find. Keep searching.
I have to say, this place is one of my favorite zones in the whole of the game. I do like the Lost City. I think it's incredibly well designed and well thought out. It's this whole kind of thing that got me interested in fantasy literature and fantasy games and stuff when I was a kid. You know, exploring lost cities full of danger and treasure and all that kind of thing. gold makes some of these fights really easy.
Sinister fiend! Nightmares alive! I won't soon forget this one. Ugh.
I have no room for that.
Years of playing Diablo 2. My loot box skills are unmatched. I am a professor of loot boxology at Cambridge. Honest.
They put their faith in the wrong gods.
Oh, and of course they've got lots and lots and lots of pots to break. And I am addicted to breaking pots. It's so satisfying. It is so satisfying. I'm sorry, whether it's the metal pots in some dungeons or these ones, it's just so satisfying. I don't know whether it's my OCD or what, but it's just compulsive. And so far, believe it or not, my main toon has found 2 divine orbs in by breaking pots. I mean, obviously not 2 divine came out at the same time, but So they've got a pretty high drop rate. Well, not really, but, you know. I mean, I've had uniques out of pots, I've had decent weapons out of pots, Exiles, all sorts.
Is useless in a dead empire.
Now I've done it. Pain in the ass.
Cursed bones. You're mine!
Yeah, it's so incredibly well designed, this place. There's all these little piles of sand blown up, you know, blown against doorways and walls, and the smallest details are just very good, I think. From a level design perspective, this is very good.
Something emanates from the darkness.
Winter deepens, bringing a biting chill. I long for it to snow, for the wonder I felt as a child to grace my eyes once more. But the last winter that brought such beauty was 200 years ago now. It cannot snow in a region where it does not rain. The city is quiet. The city is cold. The wind whistles through stone columns, unheard by the living. I ask myself why I am still here. I ask myself why I will not let my tired bones rest. And I ask myself whether I truly believe Halani will awaken. I do. I do.
There's a bunch of stuff going on in here. We've got an essence tree. We've got a remnant. We've got a trap. And we've got a lockbox.
A treasure waiting to be claimed.
It's a trap.
On this, the meeting place of 7 waters, we lay the first stone of our new home. May Keth stand eternal, the heart of peace and prosperity, the bastion of our people.
I need attack speed. And that'll come. I'm only little. I don't know, 21. Yeah. I've got 80 levels to go. I'm sure I'll be able to pick up a little bit of attack speed along the way.
I must maintain a fine balance.
He holds a new loyalty now.
I was mortal then. I was weak.
Your fate is sealed.
King nears. Sins of the mother. Sins of the mother.
Got some mummy issues to deal with. I think my method is cheaper than therapy.
I see now. The Halani Gates. Named not for a river, but a forgotten goddess.
You don't mind if I look in your urns while you lie there in agony with your guts all over the table, do you, madam? No, I didn't think so. You just like, I'll get to you in a second.
Immortal. Oh, at last. Please. End my suffering. My followers are long since dust, and I am but parchment. My veins dry as sand. None remember my name, and none think of me. I awoke from my long slumber, unable to move. My time has passed. I ask you, mortal, to use that one element that may finally end me. My opposite. Fire. It must be done.
I will ease your pain.
At last. Death. Thank you.
I will ensure. Thank you for your sacrifice.
There was a goddess of water lying at the heart of Keth. I wonder what her role in the past involved. It is my sacred duty to keep our tales, but I know nothing of this goddess. How could we Maraketh have forgotten something so important?
Maybe she had something to do with the 7 rivers that ran through this place? Just a thought. Do you know what I mean? Just off the top of my head.
Shelters life in an
No, this place gives me the creeps. It's not so much of what's in it, it's like what's not in it. Do you know what I mean? It's so bleak. It's so like...
Feel the shock!
horrible. There's no trees, grass, or water. It's just horrible grey sand and bones and just...
Vanquished.
Even the bubbly green ooze of the you know, the abyssal depths is, you know, a welcome relief.
Feel the shock! Something stirs beneath the earth. Miscreant. Their deaths bring quiet, but not peace. Not yet. Back to the soil.
So the more observant out there will have noticed that I've changed my main attack from a cold-based attack to a lightning-based attack, and it is branching. I have got a new spell called, let me just double check, it's called Storm Wave, and you're supposed to use it with this punchy thing. You'll see QWE on the bottom there. You've got Storm Wave, and then you're supposed to punch, and you're supposed to take energy off them that feeds your charges, and then you expend those charges in the Falling Thunder. But I must admit that it's turning out to be a little bit difficult sucking that power back, because you need to have a pretty You need to have a pretty strong mob who doesn't die to the charges in order to take the energy back off them. So I can see that that might work with bosses. Yeah, sure. But trash mobs don't usually stay alive long enough. So next time I'm tooling around with various options for this. I'm gonna have a look to see whether or not there's another attack that I can use to generate charges that isn't this one. Even if it doesn't give me as much DPS, what it'll do is it'll give me charges, which I can use then to generate more DPS. So... And apparently, Falling Thunder is not... It's projectiles, rather than fissures. Because it looks like fissures if you have a look at the way that it snakes out in front of you. Stormwave says, projecting a bolt of lightning through the ground in a long fissure ahead of you. But if you have a look at the way that Falling Thunder works, thunder, it looks the same. It looks like it's a fissure, but it's not. It's a cone. And it's a lightning projectile. So I'm going to have a look to see if there's anything that I can add to that for projectiles. Give extra projectiles or extra damage for projectiles. And Hollow Focus. I need to have a look at Hollow Focus. I think Hollow Focus might come from my Ascendancy. I'm not sure. No, this is the only twinkage that I'm allowing myself. So you'll forgive me, but this is me twinking. I'm using an Omen of Putrefaction to allow me to basically re-roll 6. On my new top, and then that top is going to last me right the way through, probably till the end of Act 3. So, and then I might allow myself another little bit of a twink and do one on a weapon for Act 4. But we'll see. I might find something decent. Hello, Lurky. Hello, my little mate. How are you doing?
So the ancient enemy has returned. But why is this one not attacking us?
Because he's our mate.
Greetings, friend. I don't understand you.
In a time long past, I aided an alliance that fought these beings for centuries. They are the Lightless, the Abyssals, the spawn of the Well of Souls. I can teach you its ancient tongue, for knowledge was our greatest weapon.
Go on then.
Hold still.
Will it hurt?
Oh, I've felt this sensation before.
You now possess understanding of their language.
Yeah.
Tread carefully.
10 pints of Guinness and a curry will do that.
Served a dark god. Kulamak, the Lich Lord, master of undeath. The Alliance destroyed his body in battle countless times. I must go. I cannot risk capture.
Hey, Lurky.
Who do you serve?
This one serves. The master changes. This one does not change. You are here. You are the master. Until you are not here.
What purpose does this...
From you.
I sincerely hope that we each serve.
You hate. They see this one. Kulamak.
It resists me. I lack the means to go.
Of souls, you are knowledge. Prove to me you are worthy of darkness.
Power shaped in the bowels.
Look at him. Go fetch, doggy. Go on. Go fetch. Oh, thank you, Lucky.
Hulamak answers.
And that's why we like Lurky, because he's basically a puppy. An evil, slimy, darkness-dwelling puppy, but still a puppy.
Loathsome creature!
Picking up a signature. You know what to do?
A wasteland without end.
know with the chiming staff you get a whole bunch of projectiles, and projectiles emanate from your spells in a circle around you. But I'm not entirely certain that that'll help here. Because for most of my spells I need a certain type of weapon. Or I could take that empty hand ability so I don't have to use a weapon.
This trap will only be your doom.
Well, I think looking at where we are and how far we've done, how far we've gone, and how much further we've got to go, I think after this we'll pick up the tusks and all the rest of that garbage, and we'll head back to the caravan, and we'll carry on tomorrow. I was hoping to be able to do this in one lot, but the edits would have to be so savage, it wouldn't make much sense. So I think keeping it in 2 pieces is probably best. So we'll leave it at this. She'll go through some dialogue, hang around and listen because it's quite interesting. But we'll leave it at roughly this point, and I'll be back and we'll do a little bit more tomorrow. Thanks everybody. You take care.
These tusks